All right. So we're going to create an array that holds your 5 favorite things to do in string form. So we're going to do that first. I think all of you got this part, so I'm just going to go over this real fast. So an array is just a list of items, right? That's all it is. An array just holds a list of things. So let's say that you had a shopping cart and you put a bunch of things in there. Or let's say that you had a notepad and it was a list of different things that you had. That's all it is. So let's say the first one is 5 favorite things to do. So things. Man, okay. Video games. Sexy time. Just being honest. What are other 5 favorite things to do? Actually, ranching. I love ranching. I like shooting. I don't love shooting. Like, I'll be like, it'll be part of like ranching. When I say ranching, it's like all the things involved with the ranch. You know, I consider it part of it for some reason. Because every time I go to a ranch, I go shoot stuff. Shooing? Like shooing people away? Oh, that's okay. Oh, paintballing. I love paintballing. Oh, man, I forgot how much I love paintballing. Great conversations. I love great conversations. Okay, food. It's another list. Okay, so what are some things I really like? Oh man, Korean barbecue. Yeah, that's on there. Sometimes like really good Indian food. I put really good Indian food. It has to be really good though. When it's really good, it really hits the spot. Oh man. What's that Mexican food? Carne asada? It's some bomb carne asada, right? With like guacamole on the side and everything. And yeah, you don't like that? Oh my gosh. Okay, so carne asada. Man, like really good pizza. I had some pizza in New York. That was amazing. Uh, oh yeah, and drunk food. When you're drunk and you have really good food, it's like the best feeling. Okay, drunk food. Okay. So now I have 2 lists of things, right? I have things that I enjoy and food that I enjoy. Now, the next part is, let's say we wanted to copy elements from one array to another array. So how could I do it one by one? So if I wanted to, I could say, okay, well, I want to put everything from food or everything from food into things. So I could do things dot push, and I could do food 0 things dot push food 1 individually, right? Now, if I did this, you guys can see it would take a while, especially if I had a lot of stuff, right? It's not very efficient code. So how do I do this in a loop? So in a loop, we do this. So we start off by creating the loop. And let me make it bigger so you guys can see. Yes. Yes. Yeah, you can do both. Okay. Someone's playing techno? Okay, whatever. All right. So instead of doing this, oh, what I'm going to do is create a for loop to go through that. So I'm going to create var I equals 0, so it's standard, right? You start off I equals 0. And then we're going to run this loop until we're out of items in the food list to push into things. So we're going to do I less than, and then I saw this in Jasmine's code, which is correct, which was thing, or let's see, food dot length, right? So we're gonna run this loop until there's no more items inside food dot length. So the how many items there are in food is how long we're gonna keep going with this iteration. And each time we go through a loop, it increases I by 1, right? So I will keep going and keep increasing by 1 until I is less than food.length. Now what is food.length? Can anyone tell me? Hmm? It's all. So what's the size of it? How many, or what number does food.length equal to? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, food. So indexing starts at 0. This is always confusing. Indexing starts at 0. That means counting what position you're in, but counting the number of elements inside, it starts at 1. So 1, 2. How many elements are there? There's 1, 2. Where is it? It's at 0 position, 1 position, 2 position, 3 position, 4 position. So now we can do something like this. So things dot push, and push instead of food 0. Because if I just do this, what do you think is going to happen? Well, yeah, no, you're right the first time. It'll just keep pushing Korean barbecue over and over and over 5 times, right? So instead of that, we want to use I. Because I is the number that keeps changing. You can use this I right here, right? The one that's making the loop go over and over. So we can actually use that I. So now, things dot push. What's going to get pushed into things the first time we go over this loop? What is things going to look like the first time this loop runs? Yep. So things is going to look like what? No, push adds an element to the end of an array. Well, this pushes food the first. All right. So, yeah. Yes. So it'll be video game, sexy time, ranching, paintballing, great conversations, and Korean barbecue. The next time the loop runs, what will things become? Exactly. The next time it runs? Exactly. So what this does, it runs until this runs out, right? Because we're doing until food.length. And that way, it goes in a loop. And this is why loops are important. Because let's say the length of this was like, 1,000. You can't do that manually. It just wouldn't work. It would just be way too tedious. So to do it in a loop, it would be really easy. You just have like one line of code that just says, okay, go through the loop and give me until the array ends. So I think almost all of you all of you guys were very close. One team got it. So David and Soizin, they actually were able to get it in the amount of time allotted. The rest of you guys were very close. And you guys saw how close you guys were, right? You guys had these arrays. You guys had the loop. You guys had this length. And you guys were wondering, it's like, how could I use this? And this is how you use it. So this is that last part that you guys are missing. Otherwise, great job, guys. Okay. So now I want to take a break. Let's take a nice 15-minute break. And then we're going to work on our projects. And then